All right, what's up, guys? Chokosur here, and we're back with another Secret of Mana Randomizer Seed of the Week. This is number 245, and for this week we have a Mana Tree Revival Seed for this week. All right, so first things first, I am using a new controller. I just got this controller like a week ago. My old controller finally died after having it for a long time, but it served me well. I mean, that old controller, I played a bunch of games with it, this game included, stuff like Yoshi's Island, and I kind of want to believe that it was Yoshi's Island that kind of wore the buttons down, because if you guys have seen any of my Yoshi's Island videos, my Kamek's Revenge videos, you know how my gameplay is on there. So yeah, I kind of want to believe that that game in particular, well, Kamek's Revenge and the more recent what is it, it's SMW 2+2 Second Quest, kind of wore down my buttons. So yeah, so my controller finally died, so I got a new one. So if you guys see any like awkward movements, you can kind of blame that. I'm still kind of getting used to this controller, but it's basically a SNES controller, but for PC. It has all the same buttons, and it has the same layout and same size and everything. But anywho, let's get into this seed. We have 10 flags for this weekly seed, starting off with restrictive logic. We also have flamey drum and logic as well. So we do have to find the flamey drum among the checks. We also have hard complexity in play. So the seed is going to try to put our progression items in more obscure locations, or behind chains, or in silly spots, more lower priority spots. So we do have to keep that in mind as well. Randomized boss elements. Bosses, of course, they're going to have a randomized elemental affinity to them. They can cast spells of their randomized elemental affinity, and some of them may spawn as non-elemental, which means they can cast spells of pretty much any tree. We also have swapped bosses, so the bosses are going to be randomized. We have starter gear enabled as well, so our characters will start off with all 3 pieces of the weakest gear instead of just one. We have random enemy spawns. It is what it says. We can see any enemy in any area of the game. We also have a gold drop multiplier of 100. This basically means that the chests, if they have gold in them anyway, they're going to be dropping in increments of 255. This flag is, I don't know if it's bugged or something going on with it, but it's been this way for a long time now. So it is what it is. We also have 6 seeds we need to find. So 6 seeds are required to get the GG for this run, and we start off with 200 gold. So yeah, those are our flags. Not too terrible. We don't have, you know, locked items or anything like that. So we do have to keep in mind that it is hard complexity and flamey drum and logic. So that flamey drum could be in a silly spot, and we may have to work for it. All right, so let's see what we got here. Starting off with the boy. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. I'm gonna mix it up a little bit for this early game, since we have starter gear. Okay, spear start. I'll go ahead and check that right now. And confuse. Okay, not bad. Alright, move the belt in the mountains. Okay, we don't have to worry about that too much. Go ahead and check the shop. Okay, raccoon caps are there. We don't have the money for it, obviously. Alright, so, like I said, I'm going to mix it up a bit. We are going to go straight to Pandora. We're going straight to Pandora Ruins. Alright, North Town for the bow. Alright, poison needles. Great start. Gnome in a chest, okay. Nice. Alright, 255 gold from that. I don't want to kill too many enemies. I want to actually stay at level 1 for the boss. Okay, Dark Seed and the Forgotten Man. Alright, so Dark Seed's on Sunken Continent. I should check Girl, but I think I'm just gonna leave that for after ruins. Okay, Spiky Suit is good. We will take that. It gives us a bit more defense to work with. Yeah, we're just gonna go straight to Pandora. We do have starter gear, so our evasion is topped off, or for our level anyway. And not to mention with this spiky suit, we should be okay to fight this thing at level 1, whatever it is. Our weapon's also non-elemental, so we won't be running into resistances or anything. Depending on what the boss is, though, it may take a little time to kill. But again, we should be okay. We don't have any healing items, but we should be fine. We're just going to rely totally on our execution and our defense here. If it's a wall, I'm going to be kind of sad, though. Oh, it's watermelon. Okay. Earth element. Okay, so yeah, this shouldn't be too bad. Now, watermelon is one of those bosses that has higher HP at level 1. Okay, Stone Saber kind of sucks though. We gotta hit him 4 times to get this Stone Saber off, unfortunately. There we go. But other than that, this boss shouldn't be too bad. Just gotta keep poking him. That's bad though. I may have to start using charge attacks now. Okay, never mind, he's dead. In case you don't know, sabers, when enemies cast sabers on themselves, and this usually happens when randomized boss elements is a thing, they tend to gain defense. And unless you have like Dispel or something, then you really can't do anything about it. Alright, Axe Orb. Oh wow, okay, Sprite is here. That's interesting. Okay, Sprite came with the gloves, it looks like. Go ahead and check those real quick, sure. Perfect hit rate, strength, fire. You know what? That spear has intelligence on it, so we're gonna go ahead and swap weapons here. And get that spear to the Sprite. And I'm probably just having him sit on that. Spiky suit was in the shop, so we can give the Sprite one of those. I do want to check the other shop though. Okay, headgear, sure. Let me see. Do I have enough for that spiky suit? I think I do. Yes, I do. I'm gonna go ahead and sell off the mid-drove as well, because I'm gonna get a spiky suit for the Sprite. The spiky suit's in the other shop, so I gotta run over there real quick. Golden Tiara is in that shop too, which is kind of unfortunate. that. Give the boy this. And we should be okay for now. Alright, so from here, we have two options. We can go west over to Kaipo, get a hint, and then walk to Guy's Navel. Or we can do the smart thing and go back to Potos. We can check Mantis Ant. We can also check Undini's Cave. Okay, Glove Orb on her. There's also more hints over there, so I think we're just gonna go and head towards Potos. Alright, what do we got here? There's Dryad, Spear Orb, Bow Orb, another Spear Orb, Shade, and another Spear Orb. Okay, so Shade and Dryad. No seeds though. So Pandora pretty much had, let's see, Sprite, Glove, Dryad, and Shade. So pretty nice. I'm gonna try and see if I can kill a few things and see if I can get some cash, maybe? If I'm lucky. Okay, that's a barrel. We can sell that. Money? No. Damn. Unfortunate. Alright, so let's see. We saw raccoon caps back in Potos too. If I can manage to get a chest with money in it. That would be wonderful. Get that? Thank you. Just. Dang. Unfortunate. Alright, so we do have the barrel. Maybe we can sell that for 300. I still won't have enough. Nope. Alright, so what we're going to do here, we're going to drop a save. We're going to check Mantis Ant, see what's there. And then from there we go to Undini's Cave. I'm gonna go ahead and say no, I don't need to sleep. I mean, I am missing some HP, but it's fine. It's not life or death. Okay. Go ahead and toss out 2 of these. Nice. Alright, so coon caps are at Potos. We saw Spike 2. We got 2 of those already. I think we saw Kung Fu Dress and Circuit in the other Pandora shop. Okay, Sea Air Tail, I kind of have to keep that because that may lead to something. Oh, wait a sec. Do I have 550? I do. Alright, let me grab a raccoon cat real fast. Let me see. Who's got the weakest defense right now? I think it's Sprite. Yeah, we'll throw this on the Sprite. Get him off that. I mean, Sprite has the lowest defense in general, so we'll give him that. Alright, so let's see, Undini's Cave, and then we go to Guy's Navel. Trying to hopefully get some cash on the way if I can. Alright, Shade and Pandora, we already got that. Nice. That'll help. That'll definitely help. So now I want to save a Nico. Alright, Shade needed for Grand Palace. I don't think that's going to be... Alright, let's save. As I was saying, I don't think that's going to be relevant unless there's a seed on Mech 3, which I hope not. I'm going to go ahead and say no. Save. Alright, now I want to kind of get moving here. Alright, we're in safe flip mode. We're not killing anything. Alright, axe at Northtown Castle. Okay, that's a good hint because the axe may be required to get to things. We'll see. Fire element. I can throw out 3 of these. I mean... It's unfortunate that he's fire element though. There we go. That wasn't the cleanest Mantis Ant fight. It is what it is, though. Alright, level 7. Alright, what do we got? Spear Orb, level up, no thanks. Yeah, I could keep those, but we're not going to. Alright, so off to Gaius Navel. Money? Nice. We take that. We take that all day. Alright, so we got about 2,700 gold. Let's go ahead and rope out. Alright, Luna's in a chest. And not needed Undini. Okay. We'll mark it down. In case there is a seed on Mech 3, which I really hope there isn't, but it's possible. It is hard complexity. Hit. I'm actually gonna go check the magic rope chest first. Because we got hints earlier. We know that I'm getting ballooned. We know that Luna's in a chest, and so is Gnome. So maybe we'll get lucky. Alright, nice. There's Luna. Well. Trying to think if I want to force the spear because the spear has intelligence on it. And we kind of need that damage right now since we don't have any mana seeds. Another spear orb. Force this though. Alright, level 2 glove is strength and ice. Alright, not bad. We take that. Okay, so we do have the dynamic duo, Dryad and Luna. We don't have any mana seeds, unfortunately. Boom orb. Is this even randomized? Orb. Rope out. We check the shop. I'm sitting on 4,000 gold, so we should be able to get something from here. Okay, Power Wrist is here, as is Quill Cap. Oh, Quill Cap's nice. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up because I can give that Raccoon Cap to the boy. Yeah, we'll do just that. So you can have that. You can have that. Keep that. And then we'll give you this. Give you this. And we should be good. Alright, let's save. We'll check Tropicalo and see what's here. Tiger? Okay, Dark Element, so we want to throw Burst at it. We do have Luna, so we can utilize that here. I mean, I want to force that spear, but I think I'll wait for now. Alright, Bow Orb, Jab Orb, and Earth Seed. Okay, Earth Seed we will take. Go ahead and drop another save. We'll check out Kilroy. We can get our spells to level 1 now. Snake. I think he's Dryad Element. No. No, I don't think he is. I'm gonna throw out one of these though. He's out of MP. Yeah, he's out of MP. I've got 2 left. I can't do anything with it though, so. There we go. Ooh, 2 levels. Glove Orb and Axe Orb. No thanks. That was a 2-level increase there. We're not going to take that. Right, so Snack Cat, nothing. We're gonna rope out and let's see. We have to go. Uh, I could go to Kaipo for a hint, then I gotta turn around though. Yeah, I think I just cannon over the Water Palace here. That's the unfortunate part about doing Pandora Ruins first, is the fact that if you go the route I just did, you go from Pandora back to the Protos area, and in the Gaia's Navel, you kind of have to cannon back to the other side of the area. Either that or walk. Which is unfortunately the case here because we did not find the Flaming Drum. So all of early game is done aside from Water Palace, Earth Palace, and Witch's Castle, which we can't get into any of those places right now. So we are off to Upperland. Matter of fact, right before I forget. I want to kill this guy. Just. Yeah, Upperland is the only thing we can do right now, so let's go. Alright, so the Upperland Orb most likely is either Shade, Luna, or Dryad, since those are the elementals we found. I mean, unless there's an elemental in Moogle Village, which it is possible. Alright, Spirit. Let's see, Axe Orb and the Gold Key. Okay. Honestly, let me drop a save. I want to see what these spear upgrades are, honestly, because if I get an int weapon on one of these upgrades, then I might just keep it there. Okay, level 2 spear is... Okay, that works. Increased crit, intelligence, and fire. That works too. We'll keep that. We will definitely keep that. Okay, let me drain first. Alright, our orb is Luna. Excellent. Okay, so it looks like it's off to Kakara. Can't go to Matango since we don't have the axe. Trying to think. We do have level 2 glove. I could check the Fire Palace orb. I probably should. But I think I'll go straight to Empire here. We know the axe is there. Alright, Sea Hairtail gets us the Midge Mallet. Okay, we can take that, sure, why not? What you got? Ooh. Ah, yeah, I gotta pick these up. No, 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 no. Pick up 2 of these. Those quartet hood. I think we can sell the cocoon cap now. Alright, so we know that golden vest is in the Kakara shop. If we find the girl, we can give that quartet hood to her. Yeah, we'll go Empire here. I'm not really feeling Ice Country. We don't have a whip for one thing, and 2, we know that the axe is in Northtown, and we might be needing it. I don't know. I probably should have checked Fire Palace. I probably should have. But we're gonna commit to this Empire play here. I think I have to now. We saw Golden Vest. Okay, Javor from Mera. I think I'm fine not to check the shop here. I mean, my chest armor is good enough for now. Cancel that. Yep. Yeah. Alright, we are currently level 8. 1 seed. 3 elementals. We're in a pretty good spot right now. Alright, girl is late. Alright, so Chrissy, please. Let me reset the room. She doesn't want to let me out today. There we go. Alright, so the girl is locked by the flaming drum, so we won't be seeing her early or mid. We got mid, Frosty Ring. Nah, I can do without that. I'm good. We're good. Alright, so what I am going to do is check out Northtown Castle. Because we know the axe is here. Somewhere. Alright, $1,000 and $600. Okay. Kill these guys. Alright, let's hop out of here. I'm just getting cucked by traps here, unfortunately. did just get 1,600 bucks too, so I'm not gonna get too greedy. Okay, there's our axe. We knew the axe was in Milktown Castle due to a hint. Agility slow. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is go to sleep. We can force the axe, sure. Maybe it'll roll something better than the gloves, I don't know. Gorehowl. Dragon Agility Fire. I have enough fire weapons though. I'm gonna force that one more time. Alright, load axe is... the fire weapons though, jeez. Come on, game. My spear is fire element, my axe is fire element, my gloves are ice element actually. I'm just rocking a plethora of fire and ice weapons here. Alright, let's go back to the castle. We'll check out Metal Mantis. Ooh. Big brother? Yep, big brother. Alright. Actually gonna put this on here. I gotta drain again. Gotta keep draining until I roll something better. Yeah, this might be a little bit of an issue here. A little bit. I don't want to cast Dark Force. I need to drain again. I need 5 MP. Yeah. Our spell level's too low. We might have to just melee him. Okay, there's 5. It's unfortunate that he's Dark Element too. I might have to just melee him. This might take a while. Because Dragon Worm, unfortunately, is one of those bosses that has magic defense. And we are level 8. And so is he. Which means, and we have, he's out of MP too. We have, only 1 seed. So we just have to, you know, melee him down. That's the only thing we can do now. There we go. He's dead. Alright, Jab Orb and Axe Orb. Reset. I'm not taking that. I'm resetting out of that because 1, I don't want the prize there, and 2, our damage is starting to fall off because we only have 1 seed and we're level 8. this guy because we know he drops money. Or not. Not that time he didn't. So I feel as though this is one of those situations where having an int weapon is actually kind of necessary because we need all the damage we can get right now since we only have one seed and the enemies are, you know, they're scaling up obviously, so. Oh, he dropped something. Nice. So unless we find some more seeds relatively soon, then we're gonna kind of be in a little bit of a strange spot. He's dried element. Okay. Let's just run with shade then. We gotta keep casting on him. We don't want him casting wall, essentially. We do have the spell, yeah, but we don't want to spend time dispelling him. There we go. Yeah, so when you're in a situation like this, when you only have one seed and the enemies are scaling up, your damage is gonna slowly start to fall off. Your magic damage anyway. Especially when you're up against bosses that have magic defense naturally. Okay, glove orb and ooh, the whip is here. Interesting. Okay. It's actually an interesting find. I'm trying to get a read on what the seed is telling me, but I don't have enough information. So let's just check runes. Boomerang. Alright, now we do know there is going to be a wall at the Doom's Wall location. There always is. The Doom's Wall spot doesn't really get randomized. Well, between Wall Face and Doom's Wall it does. It's either or. But you'll never see any other boss in that spot. Unlike Wall Face where you can see, you know, dragons or watermelon gigasis, you can see other things in that spot. Doom's Wall is a spot where you won't see any other boss aside from Doom's Wall or Warface. Alright, so let's think here. We got the axe and the whip, both in the Empire. We're also got the boomerang. There's the bow. Looks like Empire has all the weapons. So seeing the whip and the axe means that the girl is less relevant now because she doesn't have anything that we need. So at this point, the girl is going to come in either with the sword or the javelin. So if we find her, we know she's late game too. If we find her, then we might reset out of her, unless we find Gnome. Again, silence. Yep. Okay, I want to wait until he opens up. That looks non-elemental to me. Okay. Should be dead right here, I think. Oh, maybe not. So far, Empire has axe and whip and the javelin. Wow, Empire literally has all the weapons. Well, most of them. Alright, so Mech 3 is dead. That's a really good hand. Thank you, Dalek. Alright, so we don't have to worry about Mech 3 having a seed. The girl's gonna 100% come in with the sword. This might be annoying, honestly. Throw as much damage as I can on him. We don't have walnuts, unfortunately. Yeah, he said government. Yeah, I'm not swapping weapons because he's casting spells here. Alright, he's dead. Yeah, sometimes when you're fighting, you know, enemies that put sabers on you, and they keep putting sabers on you, then it's not really worth it to change weapons. I mean, you can, but it takes more time. Alright, what do we get? Spear Orb and Salamando. Okay, so Empire had the axe, the whip, the bow, the javelin, the boomerang, and Salamando. Okay, let's see. What's my play here? We have 4 elementals. We have the whip, so we can full clear Ice Country now. Okay, before I do that, how much money do I have? 6K, excellent. Alright, so we saw Golden Vest back in Kakara, I believe. So we're gonna go ahead, once we get there anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get 2 of those. Upgrade our armor a bit. At this point, I'm almost certain Fire Palace might have something that we need, though. But we can't say that, though. Because there's a couple of possibilities. There's Water Seed to consider. There's Undini to consider. Wind Seed. Fire Seed. Yeah, so there's a lot of possibilities still. So we're gonna pick up 2 of these. And we are going to go to Ice Country. I have a feeling I probably should have saved in Kakara though. But it's hard complexity. We found the whip in Empire. There may be something at Frostgigas. Maybe. And if there is, there's no point saving the Kakara because I have to keep it. Whatever it is. Okay, we just upgraded our armor, so we're not checking the shop. We're just gonna go. We still got power wrist, so... Okay, Rudolph says nothing. Whip orb. We are currently level 11 with still only 1 seed. Alright, boil your face. Okay, that's an earth element axe speed. This might be a little bit annoying to kill too, I think. Because again, we have to, yeah, we're gonna run into magic defense. We'll try again though. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and throw out a Dark Force. We just have to fight this thing physically. Yeah. Alright, let me check my weapons. Maybe I have a thunder weapon here, I don't know. Okay, ice. Non-elemental, ice. Nope, I don't. No thunder weapons, unfortunately. Got him. We need to find some seeds and fast because our damage is falling off like a rock. And this, like I said earlier, this is one of those situations where a low seed count is definitely hurting right now. Especially if we keep running into bosses that have magic defense. Okay, Axe Orb. Okay, it's money in the oven. That's nice. if we had the girl, then this wouldn't be too much of an issue because we would have, you know, moon energy and support magic. Yeah, these things are starting to scale up. Alright, Axe Orb. Alright, so far there's nothing in Ice Country. That's it, but so our offense is starting to get a little concerning, especially our magic offense. Let's spread. Alright, this should be a made the salmon. Yeah, because we fought one in Udini's cave. Alright, so we should be okay fighting this thing. I'm gonna go ahead and use Fireball here. Double that up. I know he's Fire Element, but get this up to 1. There we go. I got enough for burst, sure. Yeah, Made the Sand has 0 magic defense, so even low-level spells would do decent damage to him at this point. Alright, so we're betting on this Frost Giggles to have something now. There's literally nothing important in Ice Country so far. I mean, they gave us the Whip in Empire, so I would imagine there might be something here. But I don't know. Tropicala? Yeah. Light Elemental? Let me try Dark Force. Oh, that might be water, I think. It's one of the two. Nope, it's Light Element. Definitely Light Element. Change from this. He's dead. Well, it didn't matter which one it was. I had weakness for him anyway, whether it's Shade or Salamander. I'm thinking there's something here, though. Am I right? Spear Orb? Yeah, okay. Dryad Seed. That's actually good. We will most definitely take that. Okay, so let's see. Our progression might be in the Fire Palace. It's looking like it. Let me go ahead and... Okay, I gotta watch out for LA Funk there, because he will actually drain my MP. I gotta keep going because my MP is gonna get drained. There we go. LA Funk is, I don't know if he's undead or not, but he's gonna cast Wall. Or not. LA Funk is actually one of those monsters that will reverse drain you. Alright, we are going to shoot to there's a world where I shoot to Matango and check that, but then I have to walk out and then shoot back to Kokara from there, so I might as well just shoot to Kokara from here. But yeah, I'm guessing our progression is in Fire Palace. It could be. Well, at least the next step in the complexity chain is probably in Fire Palace, for all I know. Let's drop a save, in case it's not. Okay, before I go though, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up a couple of walnuts, just in case. Okay, we level up this now. I want to make sure my spells are level 2 here, because right now we desperately need the damage. Oops. What's next, Dragon? Yeah. Do I need to hop the wall here? I hope not. I'm sitting on 4 elementals, so I hope I don't. Salamander. Ooh. Cast Fireball here. Okay. So if I would have came here earlier, this chest would have been out of logic. Wow, okay, Wind Seed is here. Interesting. Okay. Alright, this one is also Salamander. Man, is this thing even randomized? There we go. Oh. Wow, Fire Seed is here? Oh my gosh. Okay, so now I have to check. Now I have to complete the check. We have to, because we have the whip and now we have the Fire Seed. So now we have to just go ahead and complete this place. There's a sword orb. Okay, so... Oh my gosh. Do I have an herb? I don't. Of course I don't. Random ass blaze wall. controller. I'm still getting used to this controller. Making inputs that don't make sense. Now, unless this last orb is something like Undini or Gnome or something, then our progression is somewhere else. Luna, okay. Yeah, there's something here, I think. Because if the game gives us the whip and salamander, Snapdragon? Yeah, ooh, you're non-elemental. Okay. Alright, we have 4 mana seeds now. Yep. Yep. I thought so. So, yeah, the game gives you Whip, Salamander, Fire Seed to get to the Flaming Drum. Alright, so we got 4 seeds. We know the Dark Seeds on Sunken Continent. We need 6 to finish the run. We know the girl is late, but I don't think she matters at this point. Honestly, what I think I'll do is go straight to Mandala and see if I can get any hints. If we can get a hint about another seed, that'd be wonderful. Okay, not needed Salamander, we don't care. Total elements needed, we don't care. Lumina, late. Salamander with the Empire, we already got that. Earth Seed Underground, we already got that. Fire Seed Mid, we got that. And Fire Final the Flaming Jump. Okay, so no good hints here. Honestly, I think I just chased the Dark Seed here. I could also go to Witch's Castle. This is a hint tactica too. I could do that real quick. Because right now, all we need is one more seed because we know where the Dark Seed is. Not exactly, but we know what part of what area it's in. We know the Dark Seed's on Sunken Continent somewhere. And seeing as its hard complexity, the Dark Seed might be sitting in Sunken City. It's possible. I'm not saying it is, but it's possible. Just okay, nothing there. Not needed Salamander. Okay, nothing in Tastica. I think we can just swap out, right? Yeah, we can just swap out. Girl is late. I don't think she is relevant at this point. Gnomes in a chest. Honestly, I think I just go straight to Sunken Continent here and chase that Dark Seed. Because what I might just do is once we find the Dark Seed, I might just run this Pure Land and see if there's another seed there. Alright, so let's start by checking the upper part first. Tiger. Yeah, okay, you're a light element, so I got something for you. Not to mention we also have the Dryad seed that we turn that in. That should hit. Yep. Yeah, I think that's probably the best thing I can do here is just chase the Dark Seed and then go to Pure Land after that. And hope and pray there's another seed there. I could also check the Nesselberry in Witch's Castle. Okay, this is nothing and... Ooh, okay, wait a minute. That's actually huge because now... Okay, now I have a choice. I need to save though. Now I have a choice. Do I check Pure Land here? Or do I go straight for the Dark Seed? Wow, that Light Seed was very unexpected to be right there. I don't know. Because now it's a 50-50. Because if there's no seed in Pure Land... I don't think I should take that gamble. I really don't. I mean, I can. But I don't know if I want to. Check this first. Dryad Element. Spice in a bad spot, but that's okay. Matter of fact, I'm gonna move. What dragon is this? Oh, Snow Dragon. Ideally, I should be casting Dark Force here, since it has better spell power than Fireball. 14. What? Okay, I'm casting Dark Force. There we go. Wow. Yeah, so on one side, I want to chase the Dark Seed because that's a guaranteed 6th seed and we know it's on Sunken Continent. Okay, Bow Orb. Okay, there's the girl. Do I keep her though? Alright, hold on. I gotta get some stuff for her though. You can have... Yeah, I gotta get stuff for her. I have to save. Something tells me I need to reset out of her though. I'll be back. Grab this. Grab this. Grab some of these. You can have those for now. I'm saving them. I think this is a bit of a scary situation because if I go to Pure Land and there's no seed there, then I gotta go back to Sunken Continent anyway. So I would rather play this safe and go to Sunken Continent because we know the Dark Seed's there somewhere. We know it's there. And since it's hard complexity, I might honestly go straight to Sunken City. I might just go straight to Sunken City here. Matter of fact, before I do that, I'm gonna check Grand Palace chest. Or maybe we'll get lucky, I don't know. Maybe we'll get lucky. And the Dark Sea to be here. Dark Sea? No, okay, Gnome I'm actually going to keep because that'll make my trip through Sunken City a little bit faster. I'm going to make use of that right now. In fact, we are looking for the Dark Sea. As we know it's here. There's Max Orb. Try to level this up a little bit. I'm pretty sure I'm making the right play here. I don't have Sylphin, unfortunately. Let's just do burst. I do have Wilderness though. Did. Yeah. I'm going on the fact that it's hard complexity that the Dark Seed might be here. If it's not here, then it's on Hexes. Because we know it's not on Mech 3. We got a hint saying that Mech 3 was dead. So, Dark Seed? Nope. Okay, we know where it is now. It's either on Kettlekin or it's on Hexes. It's on one of those. Enemies get out of the way. Three, five. No, couldn't hit that in time. Gosh dang it. I was trying to smack that owl before it silenced me. I'm I'm glad we found gnome when we did too, because otherwise the trip through here will be a little bit slower. Yeah, I'm pretty much going on the fact that I'm going with the 100% play rather than the chance play. Are you light element, good sir? Oh, I don't have MP. I'm training. That looks like. Why would you try Dark Force? I think he's light element. Dryad, I think he's Dryad element. Yeah, he's Dryad element. That's fine. Or he might be water. We need to try fireball. Yeah, he's water. Yeah, he's water. That could have been either water or light element. I was thinking it was light element, but it's not. Okay, so this is a 50-50 Dark Seed here. Axe Orb and... Yep, okay, here it is. I thought so. Go figure. Alright, so Dark Seed's there. We are in go mode. Let's get out of here. Now we just go to Pure Land. Before I go, though... Oh, no, not South Town. But, North Town. You still got to kill 6 bosses, so I'll make sure I have stuff here. Get that for her. We'll upgrade to 3 of these. I'm not gonna sell at this point. I'm just gonna equip it. Okay, so we go like this. Right. Have that. Have that. Alright, we should be okay. Pretty sure both of them are full MP, so let's just get out of here. If there's a seed in Pure Land, I'm going to be so sad. So sad. If there's a seed in Pure Land. Because, I mean, what's left? The water seed and the moon seed. I might swap to the sword here because I hate the axe level 1 animation. So annoying to deal with. Okay, give me another speed up, please. Okay, this is moon element for sure. I'm gonna cast one at a time here. Yeah, that's why. Did? Yep. We want to cast one at a time right there because they're doing 700-800 damage, so you don't want to chain cast there. You don't want to fast chain cast, I should say, because your second spell is going to do much less. The damage cap is obviously 999. Okay, $2,000 bucks. All right, did you level? Yes, you did. Are you light element? Yes, you are. I don't know. I mean, I don't feel too good about this time. I mean, we'll see. I don't feel good about this time, though. All right, Axe Orb, Sword Orb. Okay. Because there might have been better options than to chase the Dark Seed. I mean, the Dark Seed was guaranteed, though. We got a hint for that. We knew where it was. Not exactly what spot, but we knew it was on Sunken Continent. You're a fire element. I don't have Houdini, though, so Dryad it is. I can chain these, actually. Maybe the water seed was more accessible and we didn't know it. Alright, level 1,200 bucks. Pretty sure I have to drain with Sprite, right? Yeah, I do. Because he never leveled up there. Of course. I walked by him. That's a moon dragon? I think. Yeah. Moon saber. Okay. With any luck, we can sub hour and a half this seed. I don't know. I don't feel good about this time. I really don't. All right, Jab Orb, nothing. Okay, so no seed here so far, which makes my Sunken Continent play a little bit better than it coming here first. I don't know, but we still got 2 more spots though. Mantis Ant. That's Metal Mantis, isn't it? That should be the last speed up I cast this one. Don't do it to me, Seed. Don't you do it. Don't you put a Seed Imperial in. I'm gonna be sad if you do. I'm gonna be very sad if it does. If either the Moon Seed or the Water Seed is here. Alright, Sword Orb. Okay. No Seed. Okay, that's Dryad Element for sure, so we're gonna go for Dark Force here. That's the spell I have with the most spell power. I don't have Indini, unfortunately. Alright, Spear Orb. No, you did it! Oh my god, I did not want to see that there. Oh my god, I'm so sad that was there. Oh, jeez, right at the end, too. You gotta be kidding me. I mean, there was always a chance that a seed was there, but... Oh, gosh. Alright. I'm pretty sure we're not getting first place this week. Pretty sure we're not getting first place. I can't say that yet either, so... Ugh. That is unfortunate. That seat was right there. All right, 129.15 is our time. Wow, what a seed. What a seed. All right, so I don't think the seed is too bad overall. It's just the fact that if you choose correctly, then you're gonna get a faster time, I feel. But the thing is, the seed gives you a hint pointing you to where the dark seed is. And by the time you get the flamey drum, you'll have at least 3 seeds. We have 4 because we went to Ice Country. Which, I mean, you could go either way. You could say go Empire first and then go to Fire Palace, or probably what I should have done. And I think this was a misplay, I feel. But I don't know. I feel as though when I first got to Kakara, I should have checked Fire Palace. Because we had the glove, a level 2 glove at that. We could have got that wind seed out of logic. And then we would have had, you know, level 2 spells versus level 1 spells, which, I don't know, would have made boss fights slightly faster. But more importantly, you'll see that the orbs required in Fire Palace are salamander orbs. Obviously, you can't get through there, so you have to leave, go to Empire, fetch salamander from Vampire, and then go to Fire Palace. And that gets you both the Wind Seed and the Fire Seed. The Seed sets it up so it gives you the Whip, it gives you the Fire Seed, it gives you Salamander. So it's basically telling you to go to Fire Palace and go get the Flaming Drum. But I decided to go Ice Country. because I usually do. I go Empire and then Ice Country, unless I go Ice Country first. But this is a seed where going Ice Country first is 1000% a bad play because one, you don't have the whip and you can't complete it, and two, there's nothing there of importance aside from the Dryad seed, which you can't get to without the whip. So going Empire is 1000% the better play here. 1000%. Empire had Salamander, it had a bunch of weapons. It had what, boomerang, the bow, the whip, the axe, the javelin. It had all that stuff there. Of those weapons, the whip was the most important. The axe is probably important because the girl came with the sword and the girl honestly wasn't required. And I think that was, I don't know if that was a misplay of keeping her because we found Gnome shortly after that. So maybe I think we would have not got sub hour and a half if I didn't find the girl, or if I noped out of her. So maybe she's shaved off a little bit of time for us. I don't know, but she's 100% not required this run. So after you go get your whip, you get Salamander, you come back to Kakara, unless you go to Ice Country, which the reason I went to Ice Country is because I had the whip and we could full clear it. And I felt as though the seed maybe is pointing me to the next part of the complexity chain because it gave us the whip. So I'm thinking, okay, the seed's giving us the whip, so let's go check Ice Country. More importantly, let's go check Frost Gigas because it's hard complexity and there could be something there. So that's what I did. We found the Dryad seed, which was pretty huge because one, we needed that seed for damage because we were kind of our damage was kind of suffering mid-game because we only had one seed against certain bosses. So that second seed was very, very welcome. And two, we found out that the light seed was behind the Dryad seed. So I don't know. I mean, what if someone goes Empire and skips Ice Country to go to Kakara, which I can kind of see that because, again, like I said, the seed is giving you the whip, it's giving you Salamander, and for those players who decide to check the Fire Palace orbs and see that they're Salamander orbs, and maybe get the Wind Seed out of Logic, they'll say to themselves, oh, okay, so Salamander's in the Empire, let me go to Fire Palace and knock those orbs out and see what's beyond there. And lo and behold, you find both the Wind Seed and the Fire Seed. The Fire Seed is important because now the seed is telling you, go complete Fire Palace, because you can. You have the whip, you have Salamander to get through, and you have the Fire Seed. But there's always that chance that that last orb is something that you don't have. And of course there is that chance because we never had Houdini. We never found Houdini, we never found Sylphid, and we never found Lumina. So it could have been any one of those orbs. I think the odds are, they're 50-50 whether that third orb lets you get through Fire Palace. And thankfully we rolled upon a Luna orb, which we had. So, and of course Fire Palace had the Flamey Drum. So yeah, so I think there's a couple of ways that you can play through the mid-game pre-Flamey Drum. Whether you go to Empire into Ice Country or you go Empire into Kakara and Fire Palace, I think either choice is fine, except that those who go to Ice Country will find that Dryad Seed, which in turn, if the player turns in the Dryad Seed looking for the Dark Seed, which I can't see runners not doing that, because if they follow their hints, the Dark Seed is on Sunken Continent. So I can't see a world where players don't check that looking for the Dark Seed. And if they had that Dryad seed on hand, then they will come across the light seed, which is absolutely huge. So now, post Flaming Drum, you're given the option of going to you go chase the Dark Seed because you know that it's there, or you go straight to Pure Land. Now, depending on how many seeds the player has when they get the Flaming Drum, I think it's either going to be 3 or 4, depending on if they went Ice Country or not. Though most likely at 4 seeds, I think the play there is to chase the Dark Seed, at least for seed number 5, and then go to Pure Land. But I feel as though if I had, once I found the light seed, I feel as though it's a hard call. It's a hard call to make because you know there's a seed on Sunken Continent. You know the Dark Seed is there. But there's also the chance, obviously, that there's a seed sitting in Pure Land. And in this case, there was. So for players that go to Sunken Continent with the Dryad Seed, find the Light Seed, and if they have 5 seeds at that point, which they probably will, if they decide to go Pure Land and forego chasing the Dark Seed and roll the dice, they'll get lucky and get that 6th seed right at the end. So I imagine some players might have done that, but me personally, I felt as though that, I mean, it's a gamble play anyway, but when you have the information that a seed is on Sunken Continent and you're already on Sunken Continent, I feel as though you kind of want to go for the 100% play and find that seed, because now you eliminate the possibility of gambling. You eliminate gambling on Pure Land, because once you have 6 seeds, you can go to Pure Land and just finish. But if you don't have that 6th seed and go to Pure Land, you're gambling, because now you're coin flipping that a seed is on one of those spots in Pure Land. So I felt as though I shouldn't have taken that coin flip, so I went for the pure guaranteed seed on Sunken Continent. We just had to find it, of course. Hard Complexity makes it more likely that it's in Sunken City, but you can't say that all the time about Hard Complexity. Because the definition of Hard Complexity basically says that the seed will attempt to put progression items in, more obscure locations or behind chains or something like that. So it's not guaranteed. So basically, I just felt as though taking the guaranteed seed over coin flipping a seed in Pure Land, But all I'm saying is those runners who decide to make that coin flip and bet on Pure Land are going to get rewarded at the end. So that's how Rando works. Sometimes you make the coin flip and you win. Sometimes you make the coin flip and you lose. Sometimes you just don't want to make the coin flip at all. You want to go for the guaranteed, seed. But yeah, other than that, this seed wasn't too bad. And like I said, I probably could have noped out of getting the girl, but we did find Gnome shortly after finding her, so that may have shaved off a little bit of time. I don't know. I mean, it at least makes going through Sunken City faster. So there is that. But you sure as hell don't have to get the girl here, because she's not required. Because once we found all those weapons in Empire, then I'm thinking, okay, the girl's not going to be required because we already have the axe, we already have the whip, so whatever she comes with is not going to be, necessary. I mean, she did come with the cutting weapon, so I think, honestly, no, I can't see that either, because the axe was free. The axe was free, so I think runners are going to find the axe before getting the girl. I think that's 99.9% the possibility, because I mean I can see if the axe is on some boss or something that they don't check, but the axe was sitting in a free chest, so I don't see a world where the runner foregoes getting the axe and gets the girl for the sword. So yeah, I don't know. I just have to. I kind of want to see what the other runners' times are. All right. Anyway, 129.15 is our time for this seed of the week, number 245. I do not feel good about this time because of what I said earlier. Um, I mean, I felt as though I made the right play in going for the dark seed. So I don't know. So with that said, I am going to put this time in right now. It is Sunday as I'm recording this video. You guys won't see this until Friday. I don't think many runners have completed the seed yet. I can't say that for sure though. So the time is 129.15. Okay. Yeah, it's just as I thought. Just as I thought. So right now we landed in third place. We have 129.15. Second has a 126.54. Oh, there's a name we haven't seen in a while. First place has a 114.57. Yeah. Fourth with a 144.30, and then fifth with a 150.21. Let me see. Clean first half into a nightmare second half. I faded witches for a long time because I felt like I was too far for a good hint, and I already knew silver was there, so it was just one check I cared about. Should have learned my lesson last time this happened. Witches is apparently gold and hard complexity. Was there something there? Flamey Drum, Witches, Sunken Continent would have been said. Was there a seed there? We knew Silphid was there. Because I think we got a hint for Silphid being in Witch's Castle, I think. Interesting. Okay, I'm assuming there was a seed there. Oh god. No wonder these times are what they are. Maybe there was a good hint on the Nesselberry? That last sentence. Flamey Drum and the Witches in the Sunken Continent, I would have been said. Okay, so I'm gonna assume there was a seed there. I'm assuming the water seed was there because we found all the other seeds. Wow. So Flamey Drum into Witch's Castle. Oh my gosh. Maybe I'm thinking that's what the first place runner did, is they got their Flamey Drum with probably 4 seeds. They may have got the Wind Seed out of Logic. They went to Empire. They got the Whip. They got their Salamando. They came back. They came back to Kakara. They may have skipped going to Ice Country. They find the Fire Seed, they complete Fire Palace, get their Flamey Drum. They have 4 seeds, Earth Seed, Wind Seed, Fire Seed, and I don't know. Maybe they did go Ice Country. Yeah, maybe they did go Ice Country for the Dryad seed. Yeah, I think that's the only way they could have got 4 seeds there is because if they went to Ice Palace and got the Dryad seed out of there and then went to Kakar like we did, and then maybe they went to Witch's Castle for the Nessa Berry hint, which I can totally see. Water seed is there, and then they probably went to Pure Land and gambled and coin flipped. They coin flipped into the Moon seed, and that was 6. I'm thinking that's probably what they did. And they might not have bothered with the Dark seed at all. I don't know. Or maybe they went to Witch's Castle, they got a hint, and maybe they went to went for the Dark seed after that. Or better yet, maybe they got their Flamey Drum, went to Witch's Castle, got the seed out of there, and then maybe they turned in the Dryad seed and got the Light seed. That's also possible as well. Huh. Jeez, man. It's like every time you try to do something that's, guaranteed, you end up getting screwed because somebody does a coin flip play and ends up winning. I don't understand it. I mean, that's just random for you, though. I'm not even mad about that. There's definitely a couple of ways you can do this, though. Because a comment by one of the runners is saying that is definitely hinting that a seed was at Witch's Castle. That's the only thing I can think of. I'm pretty sure the water seed was there. So, yeah, it is what it is, though. I mean, sometimes in Rando, you can just, you don't do the coin flip play, you go for the guaranteed play, and it punishes you for it. Honestly, Witch's Castle is not even a bad play after Flamey Drum. Because 1, you get a hint, and 2, there's 2 checks there. There was also a hint apparently that Sylph was at Witch's Castle too, so that wasn't an important hint, but still. But I'm assuming that the water seed was there. And there's several ways you can do the game, or you can run it post Flamey Drum. You go to Witch's Castle and then go to Pure Land, or you go Witch's Castle into turning in the Dryad seed, 4 seed, or you go Witch's Castle into getting the Dark seed. So there's several ways you can do that. All right, anywho, 129.15 is our time. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Sometimes you think you make the right play, but you don't make the right play. I'm not even saying that going for the Dark seed was the wrong play because it's a guaranteed play. It's a guaranteed seed, I should say. But maybe it wasn't the right play because the Dark seed being at Kettlekin, it takes time to get to that. We also lost time, checking other stuff. Like we got the girl and we could have noped out of her. Yeah, so there's several factors that are in play for post Flamey Drum. All right, anywho, I will see y'all next time.